Good morning, folks. Hope you're all well. I didn't get any more photographs from the Devil's Pulpit yesterday. I found another place to park up and I wandered down, but I just couldn't find anywhere to get down to get some photographs, so I gave that one up as a bad job. So this morning I've come out on the banks of Loch Lomond, and this is Millerochy Bay. I've probably pronounced that wrong, but I've come to photograph what's basically a lone tree just on the edge of the loch. Conditions this morning are really nice sky. I mean, the forecast was just for rain and grey skies, but actually it's actually quite nice. So yeah, I'll just show you my setup. So here's the bay, say lovely skies, and that's the tree that I'm photographing. Really moving mountains in the background, really nice. So I'll just show you what I've got on the back of my camera at the moment. Got a nice long exposure, so I've streaked the sky and flattened out the water, and that looks absolutely amazing in the back of the camera. So yeah, hopefully I'll get a few more shots here. I'll probably just move positions around a little bit just to get some different views of it, and then I'll have a wander around. I think there's some nice rocks there, so I can probably use them as a nice bit of foreground interest leading into the loch, and then I'll wander a bit further around the loch and see if there's anything else I can get. So yeah, looking good. I wasn't expecting much when I got up this morning because it was actually peeing down, but yeah, at the moment it's absolutely gorgeous conditions. So yeah, I'll speak to you again in a minute. Hello again. I just thought for those of you who might be interested in how I've got my camera set up, I'll give you an idea of what my settings are, what I'm using. So I've got a polarizer filter on, that's to just take out the reflections on the water. I've got a 10-stop ND filter, that's to give me to cut down the light, to give me a long exposure. And I've also got an ND grad on there, so that's just it's dark at the top and gets lighter as it gets down. And that's just because the sky is a bit brighter, so that just darkens the sky down a bit as well. So it helps when I'm processing the image to get a good image. I'm on f11, ISO 50, and at the moment my exposure is 2 minutes. So the reason for the long exposure is to get a nice flat water, because although it's not much wind today, it's quite it's still quite choppy on the loch, and also that way the clouds are moving. They're actually moving towards us, which is quite good. It gives a good effect of nice streaky clouds, which you'll see when I put the photographs up to show you. So yeah, that's what I'm using at the moment. So yeah, again, I'll get a few more photographs and I'll come back to you again shortly. See you in a minute. Hi again. The conditions are changing now. There's some rain coming across just on the far side of the loch. I'm currently doing another 2-minute exposure, just move around a little bit. But again, the photographs on the back of the camera are looking amazing. That sky is just absolutely brilliant. But I'm just hoping that the rain keeps onto the far side of the loch, so I can still keep getting some photographs. But yeah, the conditions are actually quite amazing. Really beautiful place. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Actually forgot to tell you, I had a bit of a disaster yesterday when I set off to come down here. I was about 3 miles away from home, and I thought I'd do an equipment check. And I thought, phone, yep, wallet. Oh shit, I'd forgotten my wallet, so I had to do a U-turn and go all the way back home, get the wallet, and then set off again. So that's why I was a bit late getting here. But fortunately, I was only a few miles down the road. It would have been a lot worse if I'd got all the way up here, no wallet. So that would have been, yeah, absolute disaster, darlings. Okay, speak to you again soon. Okay, so I managed to grab a few more shots from a different position, but the mizzle has finally come across this side of the loch now, so getting a little bit damp, and it's difficult to keep the front of the lens clean, especially when I'm doing these long exposures. So I'm going to just head back to the van, maybe have a Scooby snack, cup of coffee, something, and then see whether it's worth waiting here, see if it's going to clear up anymore, or move on to my next location. So yeah, I'll go and get some refreshment, and then I'll decide what to do. Speak to you later. Well, hi again everybody. I decided to move on from Loch Lomond. I'm now at a place called Loch. Quite a narrow road to get down here, so I've managed to park up and I'm just on the side of the loch at the moment. So there we go. It's a nice bit of forestry along here as well, nice mossy banks, really nice. So I'm just going to walk along this path and see if I can find somewhere to photograph. There's supposed to be a nice sort of little jetty along here somewhere, which is quite photographic. I think I can hear quite a lot of noise up ahead. I think there's a load of people kayaking or something like that. So normally where I've been, I'm the only person around, so interested to see a few other people about. So yeah, I'll keep on wandering up here. Not sure how far I've got to go, so yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit when I found somewhere to photograph. Okay folks, no sign of the little pier yet, but I have found a little boathouse just on the other side of the loch, which might make an interesting photograph. So I'm just going to see if I can get down to the water's edge and see if we can get a clear shot of this old boathouse dropping to bits by the looks of it. Really beautiful area this. Here we go. So yeah, probably I would trouble in seeing it. See if I can zoom in a bit. Yeah, there it is. It's just over there. Okay, looks nice, sort of nestled in the trees there at the bottom of the loch. So I'll get set up here, just on the edge of the loch, and see if I can get some nice photos. So okay, I've got set up now. I've changed my lens. I've taken the wide angle off and put me 24 to 105 on. So I'm zoomed into about 85 millimeters just to get a bit closer to the boathouse. It actually looks really nice, sort of nestled in the trees over there. When you zoomed in a bit, I'll show you the back of the screen. I've taken any sky out so you can see the softness of the water with a 30-second exposure. Nice colours in the trees in the background there. Yeah, I think it looks really nice. So just starting to rain now, so I might just get a few more shots and zoom in a bit closer, and then we'll see if we can find this pier, move a bit further along. Okie dokie. Well, I walked a bit further along the path and I still can't find the jetty, plus the tracks going up and just heading away from the loch. So I've decided to come back, and there's a little house, or there's a big house here just across the loch, just to the left of where I photographed that other boathouse. And this has got another boathouse just to the left of it. I was trying to get them all in a shot, but again I just can't get down to the edge of the loch here, so I'm shooting through a load of trees. So again, I've zoomed right in and just kind of picking out the house and the boathouse with all the trees. So we'll just turn you around. There you go. So what I've done, I've just cut out all those branches because they're just seemed quite so distracting, so I've zoomed right in. So we'll have a look on the camera, see what it looks like. So there you see, I've zoomed right in on the house and that little boathouse to the left. Again, a long exposure, which just flattens that water out and just makes it look a lot more interesting, I think. So yeah, again, quite pleased with that one. So I'll head back up, and I noticed there was a little, at the beginning of the loch, there was a little footbridge across the other side, so I'll go across that and see if I can see anything there. Okay. Hi again. I've come further back towards the beginning of the loch, and I noticed this little shot here. There's a few houses down there, and the water's actually quite calm at the moment. So if you can see there, you've got the mountains in the background, and you've got quite a nice reflection in the water. The only problem is the sky is a little bit bright, so hopefully I can sort that out when I process the images, but that's looking quite nice. Yeah, it's just nice and nice reflections, and those houses there, I mean, what place to live, eh? Absolutely amazing. Grand stuff. I tell you what, for early October it's bloody warm. I've just had to take my coat off and I'm absolutely sweating. It's amazing. Hi there, hello again. Well, I eventually found that pier. It was right at the sort of end of the loch. I didn't do any video of that, but I got a couple of photographs, so I'll put the photographs up. I'm now just arrived at Loch, C-H-O-N. Not sure that's how you pronounce it, but that's how it's spelt. So there you go. I'm just going to walk down to the side of the loch. It's fairly calm at the moment. There's very little breeze, so the loch's quite still. Just a little bit of mizzle still in the air. But if you look at the top of the hills there, top of the mountains, it's quite misty. Really looks nice actually. So the colour in those trees is quite gorgeous at the moment. So yeah, I think my first shot's going to be just about here. It looks really nice. Okay, so I'll get my camera gear out and get set up, and then I'll come back to you. So I've got myself set up right on the edge of the loch, and I'm kind of zoomed in a little bit on that area there. I've got the clouds right at the top of the hills there, just skimming the top. These lovely trees on the right hand side, and then the darker trees on the left, and the water in the loch is really quite calm and smooth. Looks really lovely. So I'm just waiting for the clouds to come over a bit more, then I'll do a wider shot, because at the moment the sky was, when I get too much sky in, it's just a little bit too bright in the sky and it's burning out slightly. So yeah, I'll just wait for these clouds to come over a bit more, and then I'll get some nice wide angle shots again. Hi, back again. Well, I've actually I've done some wide angle shots. I've actually now put my other lens on, my longer lens, and I'm zoomed in because I just love this row of trees there, the colours on them, and they're just catching a little bit of the sunlight that's coming through. They look absolutely amazing. So I'm just focusing a bit more on the detail rather than the wider shot, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic on the back of the camera. So yeah, I'm going to keep playing around with this, getting some nice close-up intimate shots as well, and then maybe some more wide angle, because the light's changing all the time. There's a few little breaks in the sky at the moment, a little bit of sun peeping through, which is lighting up this bank of trees just beautifully. So Yeah, looking really good, really good. Hi folks. Well, I think that's me done for today. I mean, this loch has just been absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous little place. And the light's been fantastic as well. So yeah, really, really pleased with that. In fact, the last 2 days have been just fantastic. This area is absolutely stunning. And I think in a couple of weeks when the leaves change even more, it'll be even more stunning if that's possible. So yeah, I'm heading back to the campsite now, get tucked up for the night, get fed and tucked up. And tomorrow I'm heading home, but I've got a couple of waterfalls I think lined up to go and photograph on the way back. So yeah, looking forward to another exciting day tomorrow. And then once I get this video done and the photographs processed, I'll stick it up for you to see. Okay, thanks for now. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye bye.